Hey guys, I just wanted to give you some encouragement today and just, I don't know, share some things with you that have been some experiences in my life that might help you as well. Because I know a lot of you are kind of disconnected from anyone who knows anything about what's going on in our world right now. So just wanted to kind of show you how I'm dealing with it and how I'm kind of navigating through that. So, first off, I wanted to say that I have about 2 to 3 people a month who come to me and say, I'm so glad I found you. I just realized, I just woke up to what's going on in our world. And they're curious and asking lots of questions. And, you know, they're, obviously pretty alarmed and looking into things. So, and I am small potatoes compared to other people, I guess, but big potatoes compared to other people. So, but it should be encouraging to you that I get like 2, 3 people a month. With this, little time as I spend doing readings. So, also I wanted to share some, okay. So, okay, which one? Okay. So also remember that the most important thing you can possibly do in these crazy times is to be present in the moment. I really, really hope that you're practicing this on a regular basis because you're going to really need it when there are a lot of distractions coming in the future. And it would be great for you to feel the sensation of who you truly are and standing in that power of who you truly are. And if you have not watched the video with Americans in Action, the recent one, please watch it. Everybody needs to know this because we will be saved. We will be saved, but we're going to be saved by ourselves by consciously deciding to go within to the kingdom of God within us, okay? Which is being present in the moment and knowing who you are meaning that you are, yes, you're a child of God, but that means that you have God's essence within you. And it means that you know who you are and that you're one with God within you. And that means that you drop the persona, you drop the ego, you drop life as it is, any concepts, any beliefs, and you become born again by dropping everything and only being the present moment. Okay. So it takes practice. It takes cultivating. It takes being able to put distractions out, as unimportant. It's all unimportant. It's all unimportant compared to the protection you put around yourself when you know who you are and you stand in that power of knowing who you are. So, I know that it's kind of hard for you guys sometimes to, as you're out and about, you feel totally alone. Like these guys don't know they're getting duped. They're all going to, get harm themselves. They're all going to, or have harm done to them, or they don't realize that they're about to be like your head might while you're out and about or whatever. There are very gentle and kind of subtle ways that you can start to open people's eyes to what's going on. So for example, I was somewhere, and I have to be kind of careful about what I say, but okay, so I was somewhere and there was a guy with a gun on his hip. And I looked at the gun and I said, "You can have those showing like that?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." He says, "We're open carry here in Texas. We're open carry here in Texas." And I was like, "Dude, that is awesome." Like that is the coolest thing. So I was like, that's really neat. So we proceeded to talk about some things. And then this is a really good question to ask people to kind of gauge where they're at. I just kind of leaned in and I said, "Who's the president of the United States?" And he was like, And then he mouthed, he couldn't even say it out loud. He said, Donald, but he mouthed it. So that's how scared of people are to even mention what's going on right now. Not that he was scared necessarily, but he was careful. So, and I just smiled when he said that. I said, good to meet another of us, people who are at least aware that there is a huge illusion going on out there. So that's one of the things that you can say, but don't ask that question unless you get to kind of ask, talk to them about some other things first. I had somebody else that I talked to, and she was talking about how she knows that tap water is really dangerous, and she's really into organics. So that's a good thing, because that means at least they know there are poisonous things that are being put on our food and in our water that are not good for us. So she was already aware of that. And then she proceeded to invite me to church. and I said, I at this time, I don't go to groups that meet at buildings like that, that come together. And I'm like, my group, my community is those of like mind, when we come together and resonate together. That's what that is for me. And I said, and I have done a lot of looking into all kinds of different truths in our world. And one of the things that I discovered was that, organized religion was created by Luciferians. And I was shocked to find that out, because I used to be a Bible talk leader. And then, and then she proceeds to say, well, as long as you're drinking the blood of Christ. and I'm like, you kind of proved my point. Do you know anybody that you love that you would drink their blood? We're not vampires. Where do you think that comes from? So, and I'm only laughing because it's like, when you start to put the pieces together, it really, you're sometimes you do have to laugh and go, oh my God, they really duped us good. And, there's duping on all levels. It's like, whatever preacher is saying that all the time, making sure that they come and they drink Jesus's blood, poor Jesus, they were told that. They had it into their heads, and was either part of the dark plan, and they could very well be putting spells on people and doing, using their pulpit, to dupe everybody, or they're convinced themselves because somebody higher up who taught them is the one who's pulling the strings. But either way, that's not normal. That is not normal. If you love somebody, if Jesus is your best friend, you do not go drinking his blood like a vampire. There should be no reason to be drinking his blood. If you want to honor Jesus, you love people unconditionally, without judgment. That's how you honor someone who's died. You don't drink their blood. To remember that they went up on a painful cross to die, or so anyway, I'm just saying that we're gonna, however you can get in any kind of information that you can, that's a truth, that might stretch someone's mind to be just like you had to, I mean, it's kind of funny. Somebody said this the other day. I was like, that's kind of true. It kind of feels like you're an MLM person, like a multi-level marketing person. Like, how do you wiggle your way in there? So, and there isn't any, like, obviously just have personable conversations with people, and see where it goes. And when you see a little room to talk about something that's like that, then take that opportunity, because at the very least, hopefully it will put a crack in their consciousness a little bit, put a crack in there to make them question why they're doing what they're doing, and who's told them that, and who's in charge up above them. And just start maybe even digging into a lot. If any of you are watching this and you're not aware of everything that's going on, which most of you are, that's why you're here. You need to go to places. You can't go to Google. for any kind of truth. YouTube, questionable. But you want to go to places like bitshoot.com or rumble.com or brighteon.com, but places that are uncensored and unedited so that you can hear people actually talk about stuff that, that the nefarious people, meaning their intent is to harm, aren't the nefarious people are actually censoring things, trying to, quiet us because they're trying to drive us into the state of things over in China, if you get my drift. So you can't do research on Google and say that. I remember when I learned about Pizzagate, for example, I was like, oh no, that cannot be possible. No way. No, that's not happening. That is not happening. And then I was like, I'm gonna go look on Google. I'm gonna go see Pizzagate. No, this has been debunked. This is just a rumor. This is nothing. Look the other way. No, over there. Look at the big balloons. Look at I was like, oh, well, maybe it's not true. I was like, but that documentary was pretty convincing. What the documentary I'm referring to is, for censorship reasons, I'm going to say this kind of weird. Fall, and then of, and then the, and then CABAL. It's a series that you can find on Rumble and I suppose other places. I wish I want to buy the videos. If any of you know where I could actually buy the series, I would love to have that. I can't figure out how to buy it anywhere. Or you can rent it or watch it or whatever, but you can't seem to be able to get a tangible copy of it. Okay. Okay. So one other thing on the judgment and unconditional love thing, you guys might really surprise yourselves how strong you've become. You've been working that muscle for a while, learning all these things that are really, really hard to digest. And you may not realize that you're about to walk into a whole new life. And I really do feel at the same time as all this really horrific stuff is really starting to come to it's erupting like a volcano through, the truth is coming out in a really ugly way. And it's really frightening, so many, with all the, derailments and all the fumes going into the air. And that's just all the stuff that's going down right now. And all of it, I'm not even going to go into that, but as much as all of that stuff is happening, I really do feel, and I pull cards on this stuff when I see it. And it's always, very reassuring, and it's letting us know also to stay in the moment, stay in the present moment, to not get caught up in fear. And it's also, and when I say it, I mean my spirit cards and other cards I look at with tarot and whatnot, which are God's tools, God's way of communicating to us. So all of this is offering reassurance, and it's also saying that there are basically all these ways of purifying the air that are going to happen after all is said and done and help us to rebuild. And keep this in mind too. Now, Skriptkeeper, share some great posts that will help boost your faith. Yeah, that's a whole other subject. Don't completely trust everything he says. I'm just saying, just follow and you get some great posts and some great information. That's all I'm saying. And keep an open mind. Yeah, he seemed, I don't know. I'm not even going to go there. Protect yourself, protect your energy, and don't believe just anybody that, just because they're sharing some great information does not make them knowledgeable about everything. Okay. Or even truthful about everything. But there was this video that he's been sharing a lot, and I've been also resharing it in my stories on Instagram. And one of them talks about the earth that we're in, and how it expands. It's actually like quite expansive, and it goes so much all over all these different extraterrestrial type areas, terrestrial lands and our territories, and all of it. I mean, if you could get your hands on, I wish if anybody knows how I could get a hold of that map, I want that map. But there's a huge map about how we're here, and then there's all these other kind of like these little things, like the leopard spots. It's all over the place, and it just spreads out and out and out and out. Now we're completely surrounded. Do you really think the ETs are going to allow their air to be polluted by us doing all this crap that we're doing right now in our atmosphere? It's going to get filtered. It's getting filtered. I feel like it's getting filtered. So, and more so when all the truths come out and they know that, enough people have woken up or whatever it is. And I say that because there's different stories running in terms of like, are the white hats are in control? Are they the Knights of the Templar? Are they, we know that there's been kind of an underground rogue army in the background that's going for quite a while that's been working to save humanity. And we also have been told that there are, that they're letting it all play out like the bad guys were going to for a while to awaken people up to a certain degree. Okay. And then they're going to, I don't know, save the day or come in and make a big announcement of what's been going on. And I do actually believe that. And I do believe that Nasara and Jasara, because they've been trying so hard for so many years to make this happen, and they've already got all the things in place. They've got rainbow currencies, and they've got, even like I've seen all these ATM machines that have rainbow currencies or little rainbow notes. These are not the world order, not at all. In fact, I do believe China is coming down. And two Christian or two God-fearing, God-loving people who I do watch sometimes is Julie Green and Chris Yoon. I feel like they're pretty pure-hearted people. Now, whether their information is, Julie doesn't seem to she knows things are fake. A lot of stuff is fake, but doesn't seem to be addressing the white hats at all. So, so sometimes it's a little bit confusing, but that's why we all have to use our discernment. Anyway, gosh, I meant to go into like unconditional love right now and how we just really treat, like I talk about like meeting people where they're at and whatnot, but and how you've probably leveled up and you're stronger than you think you are was where I started this talk. But I had this gal that I met, and she happened to mention that she was like an energy healer. I was like, really? That's what I do. That's what I do for work. And she goes, really? That is so cool. And then she goes, me and a group of friends, we get together sometimes, and sometimes we do energy healing or we just talk or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so neat. And then so I wanted to, she actually asked me something. We were both trying to kind of figure out where we stood in terms of like, she goes, where do you stand with politics? And I was like, how do you answer that question? Like that's like a really hard one to, So I finally asked the question, and I think I had asked her, do you realize that the shots are really dangerous? And then I think she said no. And I was like, wow, I could tell she was trying to meet me somewhere. And when somebody's trying to meet you somewhere, they know something. So I kept reaching for it, even though she didn't seem to know that the shots were dangerous. I think I finally asked her, who is the president? And that's what it was. and she said, who it is. So that starts with a capital T as in Tom. So, because I just realized T sounds like the first letter of the other person too. Anyway, so we were going to get together, and she ends up, I sent her a video. I don't remember. I think it may have been the 2023 Great Awakenings. I don't know, something. I don't know. I don't remember what I sent her, but she said she went to talk to her girlfriends. She went to send a private text message to her girlfriend saying, I don't like her energy work she does, or I don't like that language she speaks, or that energy work she does, something that sounded like, no, I don't want her in our group because she's, she does this energy work I don't like, or something like that. Which, first of all, told me a heck of a lot about her. Number one, she can't read energy very well for an energy reader, because if she would have felt into that rather than have well, I guess the first thing she showed me is that she puts her ego first. So her ego would be the one that would have judged me, right? Whether she's jealous, or she didn't want her friends to like me more than her, or have me come in the group and show her up, or whatever it was egoic to just watch the video and make an assumption that my energy work was somehow bad, because it's not. It's of God, and it is a very loving vibration. So for her to have done that, it's obvious to me she was in her ego. That's first. Second was that, yeah, she can't read the energy. She couldn't get past her ego to actually read the energy and how incredible it is and how miraculous it is. Number three, when I did see her again, which I did run into her again, she apologized, but she apologized for it being very unkind, and that she didn't mean for it to come to me. She meant for it to go to her friends. And I'm like, well, that's kind of a non-point, because the real point is that her character was exposed. Like, so do you feel bad that you were caught, or do you actually see about you that you were projecting onto me, maybe how you feel about your own energy work or something? Have you reflect on this as a compassionate woman? Have you reflect on this and seen your behavior and what that shows you about yourself that you can heal, that you need to heal in order to bond with other people, in order to really have an open heart and an open mind, right? So then I could tell she felt really bad. She's yeah. I've run into her another time too, and she just looked like she just felt terrible. But again, though, it was about what she said about me, and she felt like it was so unkind. So she's completely, totally missing the point, because I never cared less that she said that, because I know I'm a phenomenal healer. I know I'm amazing. I know I'm one of the most incredible people to meet in the whole world, and that anybody would be so lucky to have me as a friend or somebody to work with or whatever it is, right? Because I know myself. I'm comfortable with myself. I love the hell out of myself. I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't like it. You know what I mean? And you too. So as long as you know who you are and what you're made of, and for as much as I am present and holding hands with God, and then I am always connected to God, and I stand in the truth and everything I stand for and everything that I am, I'm proud to be who I am. I would love to know me. If I wasn't jealous, or if I didn't have my guard up and, putting up my defenses and just worried that, you're new or whatever. People put their guard up sometimes, and they make assumptions, and they try to jump to the worst conclusions possible. But just you don't, you won't take things personally when you don't really, when you know that anything that anybody ever says about you is their issue, not yours. And I know I say this all the time, like whoever says anything bad about you, imagine them going to the mirror and them saying that about themselves. And that's the actual truth, because anybody who has to say something like that to you or about you really is just not loving themselves in that moment about whatever that is. So whoever that was with the energy work thing, like, that person probably doesn't like or have any faith in the energy work that they do, or they don't like the way that they do it, or something about it, So just keep that in mind. I haven't really I just think that, like, the old me would have seen that whole thing and how I handled it and been super impressed, like, just been like, I can't believe you weren't even fazed by it. Like, even when you went back and she was like, she looked like she was really feeling sorry for you or whatever. I never let any of that get to me, because I was just like, I could care less. I was like, you told me your favorite color is purple. Who cares? Mine is pink. So what? You formed the opinion of liking purple more because you had probably had some great experiences with purple. Like, what does that have to do with anything? So like, it just felt good to be that free, to not give a crap at all. I mean, somebody could totally hysterically laugh and point at me and say that I'm ridiculous or stupid or whatever, delusional. Like, and I don't give a crap at all. I'm just like, okay, you just told me you're delusional, dude. Like, okay, you're laughing at yourself. Or if you were to say speak some of the truths and I know, you would feel judged. So you're doing it to me quick. It's like those guys that like feel like they have to cheat on you because they're gonna get it. They're gonna hurt you before you hurt them. It's all just immaturity. It's all just immaturity, and it's all just um, you know, people not living their truth quite yet. So for whoever needed to hear any of those stories, I just wanted to share those things and just believe in yourself. You're going to get through this just fine. Just remember that more than having a gun on hand. I swear to God, you guys, I would not be saying this if I didn't know it for a fact. In fact, the only fact that I know in this entire stupid show that's going on, and no matter what kind of ups and downs, we all go through, the only truth that I absolutely know with unwavering faith is that our best protection and our best way into our brightest future is to be in the present moment and out of fear, and just be as neutral and detached as possible in every way possible. However you need to do that. Byron Katie's work. Thank you, God, for my misery. I say those all the time, but it's true. If you do those things, practice those things, staying present in the moment. I've given you guys like a million ways to do that. And you can watch a million different practitioners on that too. Also remember that the best way that you can heal yourself is to work on any kind of beliefs that you have. Remember that you can talk to your body, you can talk to your cells, you can tell them that you need to heal and that you are healing. If you feel like you're ugly, stand in front of the mirror and be like, you're so beautiful. Acknowledge those parts that you love. Get up and move around when you first get up in the morning, because it'll help your digestion and your whole system kind of get ready for everything it's got to go through your day. But make sure that when you're naked and you look in front of the mirror, that you acknowledge how beautiful you are. And just like that, there's a rice and water experiment. I haven't watched it yet. I'm really wanting to. But when you go watch this experiment, the way that you talk to the water does stuff to the rice. And I'm not talking about, just the water molecules being looked at under a microscope, but like the effect that it has on rice in water was unbelievable. And you could even, like, if you said, I hate you to this water with rice, it would turn rotten and disgusting and really gross looking. But if you started to say, I like you now, you're my very best friend, it changed color and it went lighter and everything. So the way that you talk to your body matters. The way that you talk to other people about your body matters. Even your animals, they overhear you. They understand what you're saying. They understand what you're saying, and they take it in. So always be talking good about your animals and their health and you and yours, and tell your body what to do. You could tell your animal's body what to do. I want you healing right now. Do a great job. Like, go take this and do this and da. You can do it telepathically, or just imagine that you're talking to the cells. Everything is energy, guys. Energy is so powerful. You have no idea how your beliefs matter. Drinking pee. I know that sounds like the worst thing in the entire world, but there's this guy called the Plasma King on Instagram. And, what is his name? Frank Sense TV or something like that. Is it Frank Sense? I don't feel like that's the right, whatever his name is. You guys will put it down in the comments, I'm sure. Freak Sense. Thank you, Spirit. Freak Sense TV. Those guys, that couple, they drink their pee. As horrible as that sounds, as awful as that sounds, pee is not meant to be eliminated like poo is. Pee is actually quite beneficial, and it is considered a plasma, which is why this, go watch the guy on Instagram, the Plasma King, Rodney something or other. I've shared some of his stories, but it discourages you from taking pharmaceuticals too, because you're like, I don't want to keep recycling that. But basically, every time it goes through your body, and comes back through, you have all these, I don't know the technical terms for all of it, but you keep building up immunity and healing properties in your body more and more and more, and they start compounding. So if you're taking herbs, it's like you're going to get the very most benefit out of it, because you're getting it recycled through again and again and again and again. And there are ways to make it taste better. If you need to do that, you can put electrolytes in it. He was talking the other night, he was on a live with Crystal Teeny, and he said that he knew somebody who healed their eyes by putting drops of their pee in their eyes, which he's calling plasma. I mean, in our society, we have such about certain subjects that it's time to put the ixnay on all those old beliefs. And just remember too, fasting is the best way to heal. So he was talking about how people are commonly doing like 50-day fast now. And I love that idea. I mean, you guys know that I've done a couple of 21-day fasts last year. So I'm sure at some point I'll be doing the 50-day fast. So, let the food burn down, let it get polluted, whatever. We'll just get in our best healing bodies ever. Just look at it that way. We're going to fast. We're going to drink our pee. We're going to bathe in it, whatever we got to do. And we're going to get healthier and healthier and healthier all the time. We are going to make it through this. But you got to open your mind and open your heart to all ideas and concepts, and call ourselves out on old beliefs that just don't pertain anymore, or things that we were taught by our society that aren't true. All right. I just wanted to pull some cards as well. Just such crazy stuff's going on out there. I just want to offer some is that the one? Well, the card at the bottom is called Revelation. So I just felt like I didn't even have to shuffle, like the card was just on the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to read it. All right. It's not, we got to drop our egos, you guys. We got to drop our ego. Anything that you have any kind of aversion to, or any kind of, oh, I would never, something like that, you got to take a look at it. You got to take a look at it and see, open mind, open heart, as I've always said for years. Okay. You will soon find the answer you seek. Sit quietly, bring your focus to your breath, and meditate. Pay attention to what you feel in your heart. The answer will surface from within. It is understandable that the current circumstance is creating anxiety and stress in your life. It is human nature to want to make sense of everything in our lives. However, don't waste your energy trying to figure everything out logically, for this will only cause further confusion. Trust the loving guidance within you, within the kingdom of God within you, right? And know that all unfolds in perfect time. All will fall into place over the coming 2 months. It will, and I do believe that. And those are the cards that I'm pulling on a regular basis as well, is that this is all getting cleaned up, and everything's going to be all right. We just have to get through just a bit more scariness. And then somehow so keep, also, one way to move through negative emotions is to be okay with them being there. So, I'm always saying, put your hand on your heart and say, I love you. Oh, I love you so much. I love you even if nobody else loves you, even if the whole world thinks that you're an idiot. I love you so much. You're the most lovable idiot ever, So that, and then if you're feeling scared, or if you're feeling sad and you're wanting to cry, just be like, I love you even when you're sad. I love you when you cry. It's okay to cry. This is a safe place. Cry if you want to. Get it out. Be angry if you want to. So whatever emotion is coming through, just completely accept and be okay with it. And don't take action on it. Do that first. Just touch base with your feelings. Let your feelings have a voice in a way, like let yourself feel heard like you would a child. Like hold the child. It's okay. I would be afraid too. You talk about your fear. That's okay. You want to cry? Cry. Let it out. And then That's gonna help you to drop into your heart space. That acceptance and that love you have for yourself is going to help you drop into your heart space. Then things will become more clear to you, and then you can take action from that more centered place. Okay. All right. So we're going to look at, I felt drawn to pull a past life card. What past life are we encouraged to either look into, or what are we healing right now? What is the past life what is a past life that's prevalent for most of the people watching right now for the collective? Wait a minute. Angels. Interesting. I wonder what that's going to say. Angels. I like it when they're in alphabetical order. Some of those other ones are just like, how in the world am I going to find this? Okay. You drew this card as a sign from your guardian angels who've been with you throughout your soul's history. In between each lifetime, your angels work with you to review the lessons you've just learned. They also help you prepare and plan for your next lifetime. You may have functioned as an angel during your time in heaven. Wow. So many of you watching right now, you probably already knew you're some kind of an earth angel or something. There are many different kinds of angels. Kimberly Palm is really good at identifying what kind of angel you are and what kind of job you do, if you guys want to have a session with her. So you may have functioned as an angel during your time in heaven. You helped guide and heal your loved ones, just like your angels do for you. So you might be a healer and don't even know it yet. As a result, you hold a deep love for your guardian angels. Your guardian angels know all of the details of every lifetime, and they help you gently recall significant memories that will allow you to heal your present life. Call upon your angels as you're falling asleep to reveal relevant memories while you're sleeping. That's a great idea in the Pisces energy. When you wake up, you may not recall all the details of your dream. However, once you're prepared to consciously remember your past, the material will be given to you. You'll only remember what you're emotionally able to handle. In addition, archangels Michael, the angel of courage, strength, and protection, Raphael, the angel of physical and emotional healing, and Raziel, the angel of God's secrets and mysteries, will help anyone who calls upon them. Like all archangels, they're unlimited and non-denominational. They can be with everyone simultaneously, offering their unconditionally loving power. Well, I would like to do a blissing with that to bring some revelations in our dreams to help us to remember some things from our past lives that we need in order to heal at this time. Okay. Or take a look at it somehow. All right. So relax your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Relax. We're going to call in some angels to help bring some revelations to you. And some miracles, they just said. Hamama sheshe na taike san sehe la una pan hapa sheshe he na kela. San sehe la oshan shepe umpuma maana. Tan san sehe la ha sheshe kehi na aisen siu pum ma ashen. Ha la hama homa hama anate he e la shen. Ha la he ke pim pum ma homa anaten shichin. They just said also that I have that video, Divine Guidance Council meeting. If you put my name and put in Divine Guidance Council, it should come up. But I would definitely do a session with your guides doing that, holding a Divine Guidance Council meeting. Okay, and one more. Goddesses, gods, and guardians. Okay, who is it that's helping us right now during these treacherous times? Who is it that's helping us now? Who is it that's helping us now? Who is it that's helping us now, please? Who is it that's helping us now? Please. Artemis, brave spirit. Wow. Huh. And Kadesh, sexual wisdom. I feel like some sexual healing has been going on. So, and, you know, and a cougar is a brave spirit too. So let's take a look at what Artemis says. And a stag is a promise of union for those in true love. And that could be union with a new true love or the old fart you've been dwelling on forever. Artemis. You may be filled with self-doubt, but Artemis is here to fire up your courage. Yay! Be daring and step into uncharted territory. Watch the fears just melt away as you embrace your inner warrior. Developing self-sufficiency is a positive step for you now. Well, do you ever spend time alone to nourish your inner life? Yes. Artemis invites you to view solitude as essential, as an essential spiritual practice, especially if you rarely have an interval between intimate relationships or are always surrounded by people. The wilderness is a term that describes both the uncultivated natural world and a state of inner oneness that has always existed within you. Oh my gosh, the wilderness within can often be discovered through communication with external wilderness, through communion with external wilderness. Whether it's a spiritual retreat in the forest or just an hour away from regular life in a local park, meditate and ask yourself what my brave spirit wants me to know. Let the answer arrive like one of Artemis's arrows, and let your arrow pierce and dissolve all your fears of independence, adventure, and new territories. Thank you, Artemis. Help everyone, help all of us be a brave spirit through these crazy times. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna do a couple of world truth cards and some spirit oracle cards. Here's the world truth cards. A lot of you have these now, which I love. When you guys are, having readings with me, you're like, oh yeah, I look at those every day. So can you tell us anything about what's going on in our current circumstances? Anything going on in our current circumstances you could let us know about, please? Wow, you're safe and secure. All is well, even if you can't see it yet. There are miracles happening, so just know all is good. All is in good hands, and be in a thankful mindset. Thank you, God, so much for keeping us safe. Thank you for looking out for us. Thank you that everything turns out to our advantage or benefit somehow. Thank you so much for all of the healing. Thank you for the security, the safety you're providing. Thank you so much that all has worked out beautifully. And thank you that we've had the victory and love. Follow through on that divinely inspired idea you've had. It's brilliant and sure to succeed. So as we go through uncomfortable times too, many new ideas are birthed. So go after those ideas and make them happen. Okay. Well, we know that this involved a rocky start and there was resistance. Someone's been coerced, manipulated, or forced to do this. Okay. So I think that they're actually answering what's going on with the white hats, that they have to do this. They don't like it. They don't like that they're letting people suffer or whatever, but they feel like they have to. I see a knob turning up, the knob of discomfort to get people to make a move and wake up. Wow. Try something new, get creative, think outside the box. This is a time to really start. It says, don't give up. Don't give up. You're assured a satisfying outcome if you persist, refocus, and regroup. So just this could, like I said, do the thank you, God, for my misery exercise and see what you can come up with. It might be really, really incredible. So this is birthing new awesome ideas. Yeah, the situation involves a mental prison. So get out of the mental prison and get prison and get Okay, so the situation involves trickery. So be smart and wise. Don't get duped to go forward into a trap. Listen to your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, gather more information. I feel like the trap is on so many different levels. It's like just don't react, I think is what that's saying. Just don't react and go in, center your heart, feel the emotions, let yourself feel the emotions, and then from your heart-centered space, once you feel relaxed and you feel calm about it, then you can start looking into it. Then you can start feeling into it intuitively, and you can see truths. I think it's also increasing people's awareness that they are getting duped into a trap. And I feel like that they're saying yes too, that a lot of the population is now starting to question what they're getting tricked to do. And I think that's part of what's going to happen here coming up, like trying to drive everybody to 15-minute cities where they can trap everyone and create what they have in China going on, where they can kind of rule over everybody and only let them do certain things and have all these regulations in the name of safety. So I feel like just like it's been all along, it's just bringing, it's making everybody think that. It's making everybody go, oh my gosh, I don't want to. Even the sleepers, it could be one of those things where it's just like, what? They're trying to, oh, now I know what's going on here. Now I understand. Now I get it. The government isn't really for us. Now, those on the lower levels of government, they don't even know what's up. Most of them, well, a lot of them are waking up to it. Do you know there are like I think Christoph said like 3 million people who become state nationals at this point, and climbing, they just said, Spirit just said, and climbing. Thank God. Like those of you who are doing things like that to create your sovereignty, to separate yourself from the devil, your jurisdiction, making sure you have clear lines between that world, Babylon, and God's world. Good job. Kudos to you. All right. Any financial concerns you have, fear not. You are coming into a very prosperous future, even if there are some bumps along the way. Just hang tight and don't worry. Abundance lies ahead. All right. So, hi, sweetie. Where you been? Yeah. Did your little sister groom you? Her little hair is like sticking up in some places. You look beautiful though. You really do. You just look like you got loved up on. It's so sweet. Okay, so Spirit Oracle. Don't take it personally. This person is only projecting. Imagine them in the mirror saying it to themselves and you'll see. So keep an eye in your own lives of people who put you down or say bad things about you or any of that. Remember that it's always them. It's not about you. Unless you believe it. If you believe it's true about you, then you got a whole other issue going on. But know who you are so that you don't get duped. Same with the sovereignty thing, watch that. You got to watch that last video. That was pretty awesome. This involves illusory beliefs of guilt or shame. You can make a bigger impact now and best honor your past by letting negative emotions go and embracing a more positive outlook. So maybe you're afraid to lose your pets or your children or your spouse or your friend or anything like that. A lot of worries about losing someone are going on right now. But it's like, or how bad you would feel if something happened to your child or something like that. And they're saying that it's illusory. That guilt and that shame is illusory. So love yourself enough to know that you are making the best possible decisions you can. And you can't possibly know it all. We're just awakening on these different levels, and we keep shifting and changing and buying new things and doing things and adjusting to what we've just learned. Oh, now I got to go get that because now it's going to, okay, it's like, cut yourself a lot of slack right now. Don't give yourself a hard time. And if something should happen under your care, it's okay. You were doing your very best, and that's all you can possibly do. Someone needs a bit of tough love if you're to love yourself and live like you want to. So whoever that, however that pertains to you, people need some tough love sometimes if you're to be authentic. A setback is just a chance to regroup and get creative. You might even come up with a better plan as a result. Embrace the opportunity and try to see it through new eyes. This is a really good time to do the thank you, God, for my misery exercises if you've had some kind of a setback. Thank you, God, that happened, because now I can see that the advantages and benefits are these wonderful things that can come of this. Also, I feel like some of you who've had delays in some areas of your life, some miracles are going to replace those delays to the degree that it was procrastinated on, or to the degree that it was denied you, or to the degree that it was kept back from you, is going to be an outpouring of miracles on your behalf. Can I get some confirmation of that, por favor? Okay. Yes. One sword in the tarot is a yes. And the Queen of Swords, she tells it to you like it is. She tells you the straight up truth. So there you go. Oh my God. The bottom of the deck is the truth card. And again, one sword and victory. Holy cow. So don't you worry if something's been delayed, because it's working out in your favor in the background with perfect timing, and it's going to come back to you like a slingshot. Like I just said. Okay, well, hopefully this will put your mind at ease. For now, I'm going to go record the Q&A. So have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.